Hey guys, Jay here, and I want to talk about what is going on the screen here, and a little bit of things that is related to it. Here I want to talk about the AFK Casman Stun build, and around the thing that I am currently using on this character, which is the Hateful Accuser. This is a ring that brings you back the previously in Affliction. We have the Penance Mark skill over here. Now we have it back. Back then it was from the Warlock of the Mist. Right now it's from this ring from Ritual. I actually got this ring myself from the Ritual, right? And before, the normal kind of way that we are using the Penance Mark is in order to trigger the Phantasm. As you can see here on the screen, because of all the effect going on, you might not be able to tell what is the monster and what is the boss, what is anything basically. But there is only one monster left here in the Simulacrum, which is the Colossus, right? So all the health bar that you see from the enemies here are actually spawns from the Penance Mark. And they are like range phantasm kind of monster, and they will help you to trigger cast when stunned more often. Normally, before we use this also for the purpose of trying to trigger the Chieftain explosion. And what I want to talk about is in this case, in the current version of the game, right? I have been a Chieftain like 2-3 hours ago, and I have spent more than half an hour with this exact character, except right now it is a Juggernaut, but it was a Chieftain. And for half an hour straight, I am in this exact situation with Colossus. Right now I am dealing damage to him. Before that, I don't deal enough damage to him to even break the energy shield. But the weird thing that I notice is for that amount of time, there is absolute zero explosion that is going on. And the Chieftain explosion node, the Hinekora's Death Fury, just doesn't seem to work on this Phantasm monster anymore. I'm not sure if it is an intended nerf, if it's a bug. I look it up online, I look it up on Reddit, there's nothing, no one mentioned it. I look it up on YouTube, nothing, on forum, on patch note, nothing, POEDB, nothing, wiki, nothing. So so far from all that I try to find, there is no information on any changes to the monster's spawn from the Penance Mark. And yeah, that is a bummer, because I kind of want to use the Chieftain explosion for single target for this AFK Simulacrum setup, because it's just a very easy way out. Like, yeah, very easy way out. There's no other way to talk about it basically. But for now, we need to actually rely on other sources of damage. I am tickling Colossus down here, so it does take a while, but it is what it is. At least he is dying, right? Yeah, and that is only wave 12. that's not even 15. Right now, let's go to 13 and see, right? This character, by the way, I am for now, the Juggernaut seems to be the undisputed tankiest character in the game by a mile. Compared to Chieftain, with this exact setup, Chieftain is in this exact situation, right? Same gear, same passive, almost same passive, same everything, but defensively it's the same. Chieftain will just immediately die in less than 1 second from all the enemies hitting here. Chieftain, in this case, need the Defiance of Destiny amulet. Without it, it just cannot survive. However, the Juggernaut, I think the ability to survive in this like swarmed situation is from the Untiring node. Because, as you can see here, it does give me a ton of regen without you know, fighting, this number is probably somewhere around 600. So right now I have a pretty crazy amount of regen, and I think, yeah, Chieftain seems to be out the window. Since the tankiness is not there, it is more expensive to get the Chieftain going, and also the explosion that we are kind of counting on for single target damage, it is not here anymore as well. What is Chieftain good for? Well, I did set up a fulcrum character, and for mapping, right, if you use the normal like reverse chill with the ring, and then fulcrum, obviously you can reverse the chill onto your character, you can have a very good speed mapper, actually. Very, very good. And it's quite cheap. The fulcrum right now is like 40 chaos, maybe even less than that, last time I checked. Yeah, so if you want to find something that is quite fun to play, fulcrum is still there. It literally didn't change at all. Just have any skill, maybe just have like righteous fire, and just kill something, get an ignite on yourself, prolift the ignite to the enemies, and you will have a very good time. But for Simulacrum, to be specific, right now I think you kind of have to be this guy right here. There is another potential setup, by the way, that I think it will have enough damage to deal with the Simulacrum here, which is an assassin. Because assassin is the only class that we can literally scale crit with this kind of cast when stun build. The problem with assassin, from all the things that I've noticed so far, is for some reason I try to make the assassin character going. I have a level 74, I switch to cast when stun, and I will immediately disconnect from the game as I enter a map and something hit me, and I cast a couple of spells. Here you can see spells go everywhere, but nothing happened, right? The performance seems to be okay. But when I play as an assassin, it's just basically kill my PC for some reason. So that is the reason why I cannot really test the assassin myself. So, you know, if someone, you know, want to test it out, I think it's totally viable. However, I would say that the budget is not going to be a cheap one. I mean, for the assassin, we are abusing the new setup of ward and block and lucky block with a shield. The new Valiant shield gives you lucky block chance. With, you know, with the correct skill tree, you can have like 68% spell and attack block, and that amount with lucky block is equal to roughly 91% something effective chance to block, and that allowed you to that does allow you to use the ward setup very, very effectively and be quite tanky, and have a lot more max hit pool to big hit, right? So that is a very, very good setup that I don't think can be usable for the Chieftain and the Juggernaut, because the Chieftain and Juggernaut need to use this particular weapon in order to have enough damage. Or in the case of Chieftain, the fulcrum. Okay. Okay, this is the budget character, so sometimes I will still die to those kind of things, right? Yeah, it is what it is. Last portal. I have been going in and out trying to swap in and swap out random things. So yeah, and I have a Defiant Destiny on my stash, by the way, but I choose to not put it in at the moment because I want to test out if I can survive 15 wave with without the Defiance of Destiny, basically. There, when Kosis channel here, I put a mark on him, and now he hit me, he will spawn a bunch of monster, right? And we fight. And when he hit the fireball phase, I will go past his ES. Come on, Kosis, don't be a bitch. Fireball. Stop attacking. Throw the fireball. Yikes. Oh, there's still like 10 monsters somewhere. I don't know. The good thing about the Penance Mark is it is a mark skill. So once you cast it on the bosses, like Kosis in this case, it will never run out. And except for when you die, like I just did, right? So if that happened, you just need to cast it once again. One time only, so it's not annoying at all. At least we get that going for us, right? Right here, right now, if I don't want to get random one-shot, I think ooh, invite to party. I bought this Divine Destiny for 6 Divine, so I listed for 7, and yeah. Can you wait a little bit? Because I think it's the last portal, right? Oh, we are only on wave 15. We are only on wave 15. Yikes. Okay, it works out, right? It works out. I don't have to get out and sell him. I should not do that. I think he might want to reroll it with the Divine, something like that. But anyway, if you see a corrupted item like a corrupted amulet and you want to buy it, but you are afraid of the anointment, actually the tainted oil is kind of cheap right now. It is much cheaper than a freaking gold oil. Okay, wave 15. Let's go. I know it is a little bit slow. It is. We got nerfed to the ground, right? Hey, what can I do? Where else can I improve the damage? So with the more money, obviously I can improve all the Ice Nova here to 21. This to level 5 plus. This to level 5 plus. So we have additional 2 levels, just like we have in the Vortex of Projection here. Obviously, the Corruption will be very, very luxury upgrade. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we got the Penance Mark going. This should be a decent amount of trigger. Let me see the mods on this one here. So we are... We actually do not have... We actually are very lucky with this mods here. The crit mods is not, you know, really a thing here. We are wearing a brass dome, so we are not affected by crit. We don't deal crit damage anyway as well, so this is nothing. Reduce effect of non-damaging element, which we don't really have any, except for the chill. This chill, by the way, is the chill ground from the Vortex. I cannot get rid of it. I don't even want to have chill here. The reason is I want the bosses to be attacking as fast as possible. I don't want to slow them down at all. I want them to hit me as fast as possible, so I proc more. Yeah. I would say this is a pretty successful run for this budget of a character, right? It is roughly 15 divine, maybe a little bit less. I did spend the Tainted Fusings to do my staff here, Tainted Fusings to do the chest. I even corrupted this chest myself. I bought it for 1 divine, and I corrupted just to gamble a little bit, and I hit this okay-ish corruption. It's not that big of a deal. We do have quite a lot of increased damage already, so an additional 42% is not that groundbreaking. If you have like plus level to gem, something like that will be way crazier. This one probably AoE for a little bit more potential overlap, but I don't think we need it for corruption. So yeah, maybe we can do like quality, the quality on crafting bench. It can help, right? Anything else for damage? We are using the flammability curse. We are using Whisper of Doom. So yeah. Oh, I am, by the way, using Inextricable Fate here. So it is very, very recommended for you to actually stay still. Do not move. If you want to move out of something, use Flame Dash. It still counts as you are not moving. The reason is this tech I have used before last league in the Pathfinder version. Right now I am using it again. So Nature's Patient. When I stand still for a little bit, I will gain up to 10 Grasping Vine. Each give me 1% less damage taken. It is global less damage taken, super strong, and 2% chance to deal double damage. Along with this very, very, very currently very cheap boots. I bought this for 40 chaos with the corruption included, almost max roll. The max roll one on the market right now is only 1 divine, very cheap for 1 plus maximum endurance charge. You don't want quality on it because evasion and energy shield are both useless, so do not get quality on it. If you have it, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to destroy the build or anything. The roll for the other roll, the extra crit damage here doesn't matter. We are using Brass Dome in the setup, so we don't care about crit damage anyway, right? So yeah. Okay. Right here, I am having the Frostbolt linked to volley and returning projectile. The aura is purity of element for some extra resistances to deal with the downside of annihilating light, and also to deal with all the elemental element. And that is not only like freeze shock ignite, it also includes the scorch and sap in the Simulacrum, which are 2 mods that actually quite common in here, which can make you deal less damage or make you take impact damage. Okay? That's my son. Right. Automation, Steel Skin for removing bleed, flammability, cast when stun, wave of conviction. So this actually is like not necessary. We can have exposure from the glove here. I can still have unnerve on the glove, so it is a little bit stronger. So that is also a little bit extra damage there as well. Wave of conviction is nothing here, so maybe we can just put in a something that have other utility, right? So let's just finish and get our 1 passive voices for the 15 waves completed. Right? I will go ahead and try to, you know, fine-tune this character a little bit more. I will leave the current character POE in the description. If you want to build character like this one, feel free to follow it, but keep in mind that I will be, you know, changing a little bit here and there around, so we potentially can have more damage, maybe a little bit more tankiness, maybe a little bit less money spent, probably not less money spent, but yeah, just things like that. Trying to optimize a little bit more before I do a build guide video on this current character, right? Overall, I am kind of finally feels good about the Casman Stun character this league. Ash. Okay, so that is wave 15. It takes a little bit of time. The previous from wave 1 to wave 11 is very fast, by the way. In wave 12 and above, it is significantly tankier, so that is where we potentially might need a lot of extra damage, but there are rooms to do it, so I'm not worried, right? Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you think this is interesting or helpful to you in any way, consider to subscribe to the channel as well. I will leave the link to everything in the description, POB, my stream, yeah, other stuff, right? and see you next time. Peace.